the 20th century, the art was influenced by social and political issues that happened at that moment, creating a new and modern age. So many changes happened that were reflected in new artistic waves that challenged the classical art by showing the scientific and technological world in abnormal ways. Artists explore extreme and varying themes in the years before and after the two big wars. Philosophers were expanding on concepts of time, and theories of human mind opened new paths.
At the beginning of the century, in 1900, Picasso gave his first individual art exhibition in which he showed his painting style to Paris.
In 1902, William Yeats, an Irish poet, established the idea of the Irish National Theatre Society. 2 years later, in 1904, the Abbey Theatre in Dublin opened. This was the first state-subsidized theatre in the English-speaking world. A year after, the art movement called Fauvism was created in France. This art movement was the first 20th century movement in modern art. In the same year, in Russia, a group of young dancers made an opposition against conservative ballet. One of the causes was the musician Igor Fyodorovich Stravinsky, who composed modern music that made dance movements look stronger and with more emotions. At the same time, in China, a very important opera singer, Mei Langfang, made a big impression which caused the popularization and improvement of Chinese opera, and in 1912, women started participating more in Chinese opera. 3 years later, in 1908, the Ascan School was founded by a group of artists who wanted to represent the urban life. It captured modern life in New York's immigrant and working-class communities. From this group, it originated Grant Wood, who was very important for the regionalism later and created iconic paints. With the beginning of the creations of structures to show art in 1913, the Princess Theater was built in Broadway. Also in this year, the Association of American Painters and Sculptors organized the International Exhibition of Art. It was the first large exhibition of modern art in America. After 4 years, in 1919, in Weimar, Germany, the architect Walter Gropius founded the Bahunas Art School, created by the idea of Frank Lloyd.
In 1920, the Russian constructivism movement was at its highest point.
In 1921, Alfonso Sequeiros published Vida Americana magazine from Barcelona, which contained his manifesto for artists of America. Then in 1925, the International Exposition of Modern Industrial and Decorative Arts is held in Paris,
in which the architect Charles McIntosh participated.
Subsequently, in 1931, an association of independent painters and sculptors was founded, where the archaeological museum created by Osama Hamid Bey used to be.
2 years later, in 1933, the D Group, which was a post-Cubism movement, was created in Turkey.
Finally, in 1934, Diego Rivera creates his painting called El Hombre Controlador del Universo. It was controversial because it included an image of Lenin and a Soviet Russian May Day parade.